Now, after a week of extreme hardship and cold nights, the road to recovery begins now. The main concern is food and water right now. A lot of restaurants around town are starting to come back to life, and grocery stores are stocking up as well. H-E-B says if you go to its stores, there is plenty of food.
We have 1,500 trucks on the road today, almost 200 in the Houston region alone. That is akin to what we do Thanksgiving week.
In addition, the food bank is giving out food in Stafford from now until noon, and HISD will hand out food at Barnett Stadium from 2 to 5. For busted pipes, you're going to need a plumber, right? ReadyHarris.org has resources where you can report your damage, and it also has a link to the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. That way you can search for your plumber to make sure he or she is licensed. If you have insurance, hopefully you've already reached out to your carrier. Start documenting everything with photos and videos. If you don't have insurance, you still want to document any damage because Governor Abbott says the state is working with FEMA to get you help. And he says plumbers are going to be coming in from out of state to help with that demand, which is huge right now. We have all that information on KHOU.com, including details on water distribution events and a list of water districts where you still need to boil your water. Now, a number of local breweries are giving away safe-to-drink filtered water that they would normally use in their beer. So here in Houston, you can take jugs to Equal Parts, Eighth Wonder, True Anomaly, Urban South, and Local Group. Folks who need water to the south of us, Backfish in Pearland and Six Wards in Dickinson will fill up your containers for free. If you're in Jersey Village, Senate Avenue has that filtered water. Texas Leaguer in Missouri City and Battle Hops in Katy do too. If you're up north, check with Backpew in Porter. Just make sure to call first. Make sure they're still offering that water because some are running out, and make sure they're open as well. President Joe Biden says he's going to sign a major disaster declaration for Texas to free up federal aid for the state. He also plans to visit as soon as possible.
Working like the devil to take care of their folks. If in fact it's concluded that I can do it without creating a burden for the folks on the ground while they're dealing with this crisis, I plan on going.
And President Biden says he doesn't want to distract from relief efforts, so he says he'll make a decision early next week about when to have that visit. One member of Congress is already in the Houston area. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is volunteering with the Houston Food Bank this weekend. She has already raised more than $2 million in relief funds for the state, and she's speaking to the media now along with Representative Sylvia Garcia. You can watch that press conference live on our KHOU 11 mobile app and KHOU.com. Meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott laid out his plan to help Texans recover. Our Grace White explains what help is coming and the challenges that lie ahead.
We're working around the clock, and we will continue to work around the clock to address and to meet your needs and challenges.
As people across the state are coming up for air after being crippled by the cold, from Austin, Governor Greg Abbott laid out a 4-part plan to help Texans recover. It includes restoring power, restoring water, speeding up food and water supply, and getting refineries damaged back online to support fuel. The state already delivering water on C-17s to areas like Galveston. Of the 7,000 local public water systems in the state, 1,000 have been impacted, affecting 14 million Texans.
I have ordered the state legislature to investigate exactly why ERCOT fell short here and to make sure this never happens again.
Are you surprised that it got this bad?
No, I'm not.
Ed Hers is a University of Houston Energy Fellow. He says after the Texas grid failed in a cold snap 10 years ago, there were calls to fix it. But the reason it didn't happen, money.
And it's going to come out of either the taxpayer's wallet or the consumer's wallet. By the way, that's the same wallet.
Texas lawmakers already have a tough session ahead, a budget deficit, economic loss from the pandemic, and now keeping the lights on the mind of every Texan.
Our prices are going to be a lot higher than our neighboring states for a while we catch up and build the infrastructure.
That was Grace White reporting. Today, the Houston Health Department will get COVID-19 vaccinations going again. The city's contacting people who are due for their second dose. And with testing sites slowly opening back up as well, here's a look at the latest numbers across the state. Texas reported more than 2,000 new cases and 172 new deaths related to COVID-19 on Friday. And the city of Houston made up 13 of those deaths. and more than 1,000 of those cases. We spoke with Dr. Catherine Troisi with UT Health, who warns we may see a rise in cases over the next several weeks.
Because of the weather, the people who are doing vaccinations and testing couldn't continue, which puts us back a week or so. And also means that the data we're collecting, we don't have a good insight into what happened this week because the reporting, testing being done in the reporting.
Dr. Troisi also mentioned vaccinations were only pushed back a week, so don't panic if you missed your second shot. Your rescheduled date will still be in the appropriate time frame.